Starseed Conqueror, 10,000 times rewards, Frigate destroys stars. Episode 91, Post-War Harvest, Stellar Space Transition Engine. It was at the time when the fourth-level civilizations in the galaxy were meeting to discuss how to determine the nature of the Great Qin Empire. Qin Sheng sighed. He did not return to the galaxy where Baiju was in the first place, because the current neutron battlestar has not really been built. Transitions cannot be made through the cosmic string channel of the star. Neutron battlestar's gravitational pull is too large, and neutron battlestar, which has not been completely built, is not equipped with a canopy space warp force field. Without the celestial curtain space warp force field, the neutron battlestar's own huge gravitational force would be completely unable to shield itself. At most, only part of the gravitational range can be contracted, but this still has a huge gravitational effect, enough to affect the operation of the cosmic string channel. Therefore, the current neutron battlestar simply cannot make a transition through the star's house string channel, and the Baigao galaxy is more than 6,000 light-years away from Qin Sheng, and it is too far away. Therefore, Qin Sheng was looking for an unmanned planetary system. In this planetary system, the neutron battlestar was completely built, since Qin Sheng had already packed up all the elementary particles of the entire Macadam galaxy and taken them away. Therefore, there is no need to worry about raw materials at all. 10,000 steps back, isn't there another unmanned planetary system that can be used? This planetary system is thrown into the territory of the Athos Empire. It's just an unmanned galaxy. It is named the JR021-25470b planetary system. There are 3 stars in this galaxy. All 3 stars are in orbit at all times. Therefore, this planetary system has no colonial development value. Naturally, it was abandoned by the Athos Empire. Now, this planetary system was occupied by Qin Sheng, used to complete the final construction of the neutron battlestar. At the same time, Qin Sheng was also counting his own gains this time. You destroyed the 4th-level civilization, the planetary battlestar of the Athos Empire, and gained a technical value, billion. You destroyed the 4th-level civilization, the warship of the Athos Empire, and gained a technical value, 150,000. You destroyed the 4th-level civilization, the warship of the Athos Empire, and gained a technical value, 211,000. You destroyed the 4th-level civilization, the warship of the Athos Empire, and gained technical points, 12,000. A total of 4.62385 million technical points were obtained in this battle. 1,000 times increase. A total of 46.2385 million technical points were obtained in this battle. Current technical reserves, 48,675 million. Now Qin Sheng's technical value reserves have reached the trillion level. There were enough technical values to allow Qin Sheng to squander. If you have enough technical value, you can quickly increase the level of your civilization. Qin Sheng was ready to use these technical values to sublimate the civilization he was currently in. But what made Qin Sheng a little unhappy was, all along, the technology acquired in battle has been combat-related. Moreover, the technical rewards received from the Athos Empire were increased by 1,000-fold. Qin Sheng already possessed a lot of combat-related technologies. There was actually only one new technology that was useful to Qin Sheng: artificial gravitational warp point technology. This technique can artificially create a warp point that distorts the surrounding spacetime, thus inducing a branch of cosmic strings. With this cosmic string branch, it is possible to enter the transition channel without the help of stars. But to go to the target coordinate point, you must have a star as an exit for the cosmic string channel. Otherwise, it is easy to get lost in the cosmic string channel. 1,000 times increase. Artificial gravitational warp point technology has been increased to stellar system space jump signal technology, space transition technology blueprint for star system. The universe can be seen as a thin film, and the vein branches spread over the film are the cosmic strings. There is a large, somewhat regular energy tremor in any cosmic space. It can lead to the thin film of the universe so that it can communicate the cosmic string in any place, and through the cosmic string, enter another space parallel to the Hanyaku, thus achieving a space transition that does not rely on stars at all, anytime and anywhere. This technology is a 5th-level elementary civilization technology, of which the key technology node is to understand the vacuum zero-point energy. Antimatter can also be used for drive, but the effect is not as good as vacuum zero energy. With this technology, you can break free from the shackles of the Milky Way and travel to other star systems. Is this technology applied to all current warships? This technology is a 5th-level civilization primary technology, and the application of this technology for each battleship requires the consumption of 10 billion technical values. No, Qin Sheng did not apply it for the time being. This kind of technology that Qin Sheng couldn't understand at all had to consume technical values before it could be applied. He had to see if the 3-dimensional printer could make this technological creation. Soon, a response came from the 3-dimensional printer. This technology is a true level 5 civilization military technology, And this machine is only a toy creation made by the Level 5 Civilization Korsova Manufacturing Company for children to understand technology. It belongs to civilian goods, and it cannot manufacture military creations of the 5th level civilization, but can only manufacture all the creations under the 5th level civilization. Please understand. If this machine causes inconvenience to you, please also communicate with the company's after-sales department. Qin Sheng is silent. He had no idea that the microscopic cosmic particle three-dimensional printer was just a children's toy of the 5th level civilization. Grass. Bai Gao just took a random thing to pit him. Moreover, this also made Qin Sheng deeply understand how terrifying is the real 5th level civilization. People have always said that after the 4th level of civilization, the gap between each level of civilization is an incomparably huge gap. Qin Sheng only now understood how big this gap really was. Such a creature is actually just a children's toy of the 5th level civilization, but there was no way, at present, such a 5th level civilized children's toy was Qin Sheng's most awesome thing. The logistics of all Qin Sheng's warships, antimatter manufacturing, must rely on three-dimensional printers to manufacture supplies. But then again, such a children's toy can make antimatter. Is it really okay? The application and storage technology of antimatter manufacturing is a technology at the level of 4 civilizations. This machine has full authority to manufacture, so don't worry about breaking the law. At this time, the three-dimensional printer came to respond. Wild. What could Qin Sheng say? Can only be admired. It seems that only technical values can be used to apply the space transition technology of the star system. This consumes a huge amount of technical value. Qin Sheng thought that he currently had more than 4 trillion yuan of technical value. But now it seems that it is still completely insufficient. And, now, what Qin Sheng lacked most was other aspects of technology. For example, this technique related to biological gene programming, the technology that can sublimate the civilized race once and has the potential to ascend to the 5th level of civilization. These technologies are absolutely critical. However, now Qin Sheng simply could not get it from the battle. Not to mention a 1,000-fold increase. Is it really only possible to study it yourself? Qin Sheng touched his chin and pondered. And his own research. Qin Sheng is not afraid. Now there are trillions of technical values, and it is possible to start from the most basic research. Although the technology of applying the 5th level civilization is not enough, the technical value consumed by the research institute should still be enough. After determining the technical direction you want to get in the future, Qin Sheng stepped up the construction of the neutron battlestar. Strive to return to the Cypress Galaxy as soon as possible. Neutron battlestar finishing construction work is underway. The Canopy Space Warp Force Field System is being installed. The Laplace Rapids Heavy Light Spear Tandem Attack System is being installed. 30 kilometers in diameter, a three-dimensional printer larger than a neutron battlestar emits a space distortion force field, which constrains the gravitational pull of the neutron battlestar itself. At the same time, various weapon system installations are carried out around the neutron battlestar. The thickness of the shell of the neutron battlestar's strong interaction force is constantly thickened. 2 months later, construction of the neutron battlestar has been completed. All systems are not lacking. Neutron battlestar. Neutron star diameter inside the neutron battlestar, 10 km. Outer artificial strong interaction material shell armor thickness, 10 kilometers. Equipped shield, sky curtain space distortion force field shield. Loading weapons, neutron pulse jamming generator X120240 combined high antimatter annihilation missile projector X500 Laplace heavy tackle-on light spear X500. Microscopic particle decomposition gravitational wave directional pulse cannon X1200 main gun, directional neutrino pulse diffusion decomposition device. Loading system, tackle-on faster than light information tandem space position system. 12 source crystal core energy supply furnaces. There are 360 antimatter energy supply reactors. The Fast Sun Propulsion Series engine has 120 seats. 1 space transition engine for a star system. Neutron battlestar covers radius, 120 light-years. Finally, the construction is complete. Qin Sheng exhaled. He consumed 10 billion technical points and first installed a star system space transition engine on the neutron battlestar. But Qin Sheng did not have enough technical value to install the stellar space Ekison engine on each battleship. As a result, only ordinary transition engines can still be used. By the way, the neutron battlestar's fast propulsion tandem engine can also perform regular stellar cosmic string channel transitions. Episode 92. The Emperor is the Galactic Light. Have to be the enemy of the whole galaxy? The complete construction of the neutron battlestar also landed a large stone in Qin Sheng's heart. And that's right here. Qin Sheng received a prompt from the game system. Your title, Galactic Light, has advanced. Currently changed to Galactic Light. The Council of the Galactic Civilizations of Destiny has convened a parliament to discuss your affairs. Your great Qin Empire has caused the disgust of many 4th-level civilizations. Soon, they will send out a fleet to find you and make contact with you. However, what the outcome will be is not yet known. This sudden prompt made Qin Sheng slightly stunned. Galactic light title advanced for galactic light? But, which subgalactic light is this? The so-called galactic light is the enemy of the whole galaxy. Qin Sheng complained inwardly, but it also gave him an important message. That is, in the galaxy, basically all the fourth-level civilizations are looking for him. Well, first go back to the Baigao galaxy, bring the Night Frost with you, and then look for Baigao to see if you can get the last wave of wool. And then, the trouble of the Athos Empire has been completely solved. Qin Sheng had already made up his mind. It is necessary to use the neutron battlestar to completely kill the Athos Empire. As for the Galactic Civilization Destiny Community Council, Qin Sheng also had a way to deal with them. Big deal, let's fight a battle before Nyama. Anyway, Qin Sheng has a neutron battle star and is not afraid of war. Moreover, taking a step back, even if the other party attacked in groups, Qin Sheng really couldn't fight. Well, there are star system space transition engines. It was a big deal that Qin Sheng ran directly, yo-yo, after running, and then back and forth, gorilla. Anyway, Qin Sheng, who has the space transition engine of the star system, does not need to rely on the transition channel between stars to make space transitions like ordinary fourth-level civilizations. Qin Sheng can run anytime, anywhere. Moreover, given that the technical values required for the space transition engine of the star system are too much, Qin Sheng could not equip all the battleships with this engine. Therefore, Qin Sheng was planning to build another huge mothership. The neutron battlestar can then be included. Once manufactured, you can take the neutron battlestar and all the rest of the battleships to make a space jump anytime, anywhere. Now, first, back to the Cypress Galaxy. Go find a hand of Cypress, see if you can pull the last wave of wool. If it didn't work, he threw Bai Feng into the four-dimensional space to fend for himself. Now for Bai Gao, Qin Sheng had not figured out how to kill him. After all, although Bai Gao has been trapped in the four-dimensional space real universe time, 190 million years, the flow time in the four-dimensional space, more than 20 billion years. But after all, Bai Gao was a fifth-level treacherous demon, and although he was extremely weak, he was according to the cunning degree of the treacherous believers. Qin Sheng did not believe that Bai Zhu did not have a whole card. Even, Bai Gao's whole cards may be many. In fact, Qin Sheng was right not thinking about how to kill Bai Feng. The fifth-level civilization that had imprisoned Bai Feng had left a backhand. It is not possible to let Bai Gao die prematurely, because in order to truly permanently kill Bai Zhu, it can only be regular. For example, the four-dimensional space collapses from the rules, so that it can really kill Bai Zhu without leaving any trouble. Let Bai Gao's thoughts be annihilated along with the cage of four-dimensional space. Once the four-dimensional space collapsed, ordinary means were used in advance to destroy Bai Zhu's flesh. Then Bai Feng's thoughts will not die, and may even take the opportunity to find an opportunity to detach from the four-dimensional space. If it weren't for the partial restrictions in the four-dimensional space cage that restricted Bai Feng's life and made him unable to die, Bai Gao had already committed suicide, and his mind was freed from the cage of four-dimensional space. Went to another place to be reborn, Cypress Galaxy, the core of the planetary system, the outer periphery of the star. The transition passage with a blue glow opens. More than 9,000 warships of the Great Qin Empire jumped out of it around the neutron battlestar and finally returned. Qin Sheng sighed. He had only been gone for more than a year. For just over a year, nothing will change for a planetary system. Everything is still familiar. However, in the planetary system, between the third terrestrial planet and the fourth gaseous planet, there are many more space monitoring systems, used to monitor spatial fluctuations. Monitor the burger. As soon as Qin Sheng returned, he immediately received a communication from the Night Frost who stayed behind in this galaxy. Your Majesty the Emperor, I miss you so much. The virtual image of Night Frost appeared in front of Qin Sheng, and he was about to pounce on Qin Sheng. But obviously, the virtual imaging has no entity, and it can't touch Qin Sheng at all. It passed through Qin Sheng's body, but did not touch Qin Sheng's Night Frost, but a face of satisfaction. Ah. My virtual image passed through His Majesty's body and looked as if I had become one with you. Just thinking about me, you dead perverted evil demon. Ella's voice rang out from the sound transmission system, and then Night Frost screamed. The virtual image of the Night Frost flew out of thin air in front of Qin Sheng, as if it had fallen heavily to the ground. Apparently, it was Night Frost over there, and Ella flew up and kicked Night Frost away. Qin Sheng said helplessly, Okay, Night Frost, Ella, during this period of time when I was away, how was the situation inside the galaxy? Your Majesty, during your absence, I have been presiding over the work of the Ring Star Megaparticle Collider. At present, basic physics research has also made some progress. Soon we will be able to discover the existence of precursors under quarks on our own. The basic civilization level will soon be able to rise to the third level. Night Frost got up from the ground and reported to Qin Sheng with a smile. It was good. You're doing a great job. Stay in this galaxy for a while longer, and we'll be ready to leave. The first thing to do after leaving is to completely destroy the Athos Empire. Qin Sheng released the task. The reason why he wanted to stay in this galaxy for a while was because Qin Sheng wanted to build a bigger mothership. The diameter should be at least 1,000 kilometers, capable of accommodating the neutron battlestar, and all current battleships and the entire population. The degree of being able to go whenever you want, Qin Sheng would not be confined to a certain planetary system. In the future, his eyes will be on the whole universe, and the specific material must be a strong interaction material. The mass of elementary particles consumed by this is enormous. Qin Sheng had plundered the entire macadam galaxy before, and the mass was not enough. It's also a big project. It would take a few more elementary particles of the full mass of the planetary system. Qin Sheng pondered in his heart. Qin Sheng first asked Avrilia to preside over the design of the blueprint for the new mothership. However, the technology used in the newly designed mothership blueprint is basically the technology of the 4th level peak civilization. Now any 4th level civilization technology, the Great Qin Empire itself, cannot play. The blueprint for the design of the 4th level civilization peak battleship must also consume a huge amount of technical value. After Qin Sheng consumed 1 trillion technical points, he finally stuffed all his current 4th level civilization technologies into this brand new mothership blueprint. The new mothership blueprint is out of the factory. Qin Sheng named it Emperor Battlestar. Emperor Battlestar, diameter, 1,200 kilometers. Armor structure, strong interaction alloy armor thickness, 200 kilometers. Equipped shield, ring star, sky curtain, space warp force field shield. Loading weapons, combined with the high antimatter annihilation missile projector X-1500. Laplace, heavy fast gun light spear X-1200. Microscopic particle decomposition gravitational wave directional pulse cannon X-2400 light spear close anti-proximity beam X-12000. Loading system, celestial space warp force field gravitational shielding system. The battlecruisers accommodated 1,000 warehouses. The cruiser holds 10,000 seats in the warehouse. Escorts/destroyers hold 100,000 warehouses. Neutron Battlestar contains 1 system. The microscopic cosmic particle 3D printer houses 1 system. 64 source crystal core energy supply furnaces. There are 420 antimatter energy supply reactors. 1,200 spare quark fusion energy reactors. The fast sun advances 160 tandem engines. 12 space transition engines of the star system. This is the Emperor Battlestar. However, to say that it is a battlestar, in essence, is actually a protective shell with various weapons, the thickness of the neutron battlestar. Just like the neutron battlestar is a mobile phone, the Emperor Battlestar is the mobile phone case of the neutron battlestar. Install the Emperor Battlestar with 12 star system space transition engines. It was enough to ensure that the entire battlestar could carry all the tens of thousands of warships of the Great Qin Empire for space migration. After possessing the Emperor Battlestar, it was possible to ensure that Qin Sheng would not be confined to a certain planetary system. This ensured the mobility of the Great Qin Empire throughout the galaxy. Go wherever you want. The Emperor Battlestar was Qin Sheng's movable base. After the design was completed, the drastic construction was handed over to the 3-dimensional printer to complete. The Neutron Battlestar's 10-kilometer thick strong interaction alloy armor shell takes half a year to build. However, the 200-kilometer thick strong interaction force alloy armor of the Emperor Battlestar did not take too long. It only takes 2 years. Because when building the shell of the Neutron Battlestar, the 3-dimensional printer must always surround the Neutron Battlestar, binding the huge gravitational force and pulse of the neutron battlestar itself. This consumes considerable engineering power for 3D printers. Therefore, the thickness of 10 kilometers can only be completed in half a year. But the Emperor Battlestar itself doesn't have that great gravitational pull. 3-dimensional printers can be built with full engineering capabilities. So it only takes 2 years. Episode 93. Galactic 4th level civilization acts together to destroy Great Qin. The internal framework of the Emperor Battlestar was the first to be created. The first antimatter energy supply reactor and the star system space transition engine were equipped. First of all, to ensure the mobility of the Emperor Battlestar, the largest mothership of the Great Qin Empire at present, be absolutely excellent. Within the Baigao galaxy, the 3-dimensional printer constantly builds this scale. Even if it is placed next to a planet, it is also a very conspicuous Emperor Drought Battlestar. Immediately after, Qin Sheng entered a period of construction. During this time, Bai Feng, who was imprisoned in the 4th dimensional space, only occasionally asked about Qin Sheng's civilization promotion progress. After learning that basic physics will immediately be able to discover the existence of the former sun and be promoted to the 3rd level of civilization, Bai Gao was also very happy. In his opinion, it would not be long before he could break free from the 4-dimensional space. Naturally happy in my heart. This happiness also gave Qin Sheng some more technology. However, Qin Sheng still couldn't use it. All are related technologies of some 4th level civilization battles, after 1,000 times increase. It couldn't help Qin Sheng much now, and Qin Sheng also explicitly and implicitly mentioned the advanced technology of the biological gene programming type. But it seems that there is such a prohibition in this regard that Bai Gao cannot give it. At this point, Qin Sheng was sure he couldn't get any wool here in Baijiao. After the Emperor Battlestar is built, he will jump directly to the hub galaxy of the Aethys Empire. Went to destroy the Aethys Empire, then he left Bai Feng alone in the four-dimensional space to fend for himself. After that, Qin Sheng could wander around the galaxy. The 17th session of the Parliament of the Galactic Community of Shared Destiny of Galactic Civilizations was convened. After deliberating on the proposals proposed by each of the first 300 civilizations, finally, it was the turn of the Athos Empire to propose the Great Qin Empire. Although the Great Qin Empire had already been said before, it was only a small episode at the meeting. It is not a formal bill. To make a formal decision, it must be made in accordance with the parliamentary process. That is, after it was the turn of the Athos Empire, the relevant issues were presented. Before making a formal decision, well, now let's formally discuss the question of the leader of the Great Qin Empire, the Emperor, who may be chosen by the evil god Treacherous God. Chi Bauer glanced at the more than 300 fourth-level civilization leaders and representatives present. Emperor Aethys, who was already drowsy, was shocked. Finally it was Niama's turn. It's been more than a year, now the Great Qin Empire didn't know where to go. A Great Qin Empire is nothing. However, if this leader of the Great Qin Empire, the Emperor, is really an evil god and a treacherous god, then we have to pay attention. We must not let a chaotic god-chosen demon appear in the galaxy again. I believe that nearly 200 million years ago, when the Chaos Great Demon cursed the galaxy, everyone has seen it. It was an absolute destruction of life, the scene of countless civilizations not being able to emerge, and mourning the galaxy. Chi Bauer said this with great seriousness. Although the civilization present is the oldest, it is only a few million years old. None of them had seen with their own eyes the chaotic galactic scene of 200 million years ago. But the records at that time are clearly handed down. For the Chaos God's choice of the Great Demon, many fourth-level civilizations have always been preferring to kill by mistake rather than let it go, including those civilizations with high moral standards. After all, these things they do, in terms of fundamental motivation, are to maintain peace in the galaxy. So now, I'll issue a few procedures for the Great Qin Empire. Chi floated in the air, hundreds of tentacles trembled slightly, and then said, the top 54th-level civilizations must dispatch a star-like battlestar and an auxiliary fleet, and the auxiliary fleet is at least 10,000 ships in size. We form a combined fleet. After determining the location of the Great Qin Empire, I will personally go to contact it. Once it was confirmed that the Emperor of the Great Qin Empire was chosen by the treacherous gods, all the combined fleets immediately attacked them. Be sure to destroy them with the power of thunder. After destroying them, find their home planet through their cosmic string trajectory. Subsequently, give elimination. And always probe the trajectory of the cosmic string channel. You can't let go of even one spaceship, one person. The remaining 300 or so fourth-level civilizations also need to send part of the fleet to pull up the space blockade network on the periphery. In this way, we can ensure that nothing will go wrong and that not a single Chaos believer will be let go. When Kikabar finished his plan, Emperor Dunima of the Aethys Empire was shocked. Such a big battle? All the fourth-level civilizations that can be present are out. Pull the blockade net. The 54th-level civilizations in the top 50 directly participate in the battle. In fact, Chi Bauer made this arrangement out of the greatest guarantee. After all, the galaxy has not been chosen by the Chaos Evil God for 190 million years. Once the civilization that may be chosen by the treacherous gods is allowed to become the climate, then it will be the entire galaxy that will suffer. It is very necessary to make a big move and take precautions before they happen. Emperor Aethys was overjoyed after the shock. Ha. At this point, the Great Qin Empire is really dead. More than 300 fourth-level civilizations have made a big move. Can they still make the Great Qin Empire run away? Impossible. Okay. In the course of this action, the Athos Empire must assume the responsibility of finding traces of the Great Qin Empire. And if the Great Qin Empire is confirmed that it is not a treacherous and mysterious choice, then there is no need to make such a big fuss. And when the other civilization fleets return, the arrest operation will be undertaken by this civilization. After all, even if the Emperor of the Great Qin Empire is not a traitorous divine choice, he has seriously violated the rules of galactic civilization. Chi Barium looked at Emperor Addis at this time. After all, the main area of activity of the Great Qin Empire was in the territory of the Athos Empire. It was also normal for the Athos Empire to assume this responsibility. I have no objection that our whole empire obeys the decision of Parliament. Emperor Aethys uttered these words almost in ecstasy. It was just to look for traces of the Great Qin Empire. Very simple. The Athos Empire ranked 350 meters away among the fourth-level civilizations, and the frontline battle was not their turn to be the Aethys Empire. Moreover, after experiencing this battle, they can remove a great enemy for their empire. They can rely on the Dyson ball to be able to mix in the galaxy forever. After Emperor Aethys broke away from parliamentary space, The mood is extremely uplifting. Your Majesty, what is so happy about? The attendant who had been guarding next to him asked in amazement. Ha 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 ha. Emperor Aethys laughed and said, it is the great Qin Empire, and now there are 4th-level civilizations in the whole galaxy to help us. Why worry about the great Qin Empire not being destroyed? The 4 respiratory fortures of Emperor Aethys' face were about to open as large as his eyes. From this we can see the ecstasy in his heart. Hurry up, prepare more for beauty, and I am very happy in my heart. About half a year later, the Emperor of Aethys received news from Kikabar. The 4th-level peak civilization, the Kikram civilization, has prepared 3 fleets. Led by 3 planetary battle stars, each of them is surrounded by more than 100,000 ships, a total of 300,000 warships, and this is just a civilization in Chizaram. The other 49 4th-level civilizations that were to fight were also prepared with a large fleet. There are 5 4th-level peak civilizations in the galaxy, including the Kikram civilization. The other 4 are the Pioneer civilization, the Hero military state, the Northern Galactic Weiyang civilization, and the Iron Curtain Starry Sky civilization. These 4 4th-level peak civilizations are the same as the Kikram civilization. 3 planetary battle stars, plus 300,000 warships, were prepared to participate in this battle. Among the other 45 4th-level civilizations, some civilizations produced a star-like battle star and nearly 100,000 warships. Other civilizations only produce a minimum of 1 star-sized battle star, 10,000 warships. The total strength of the 54th-level civilizations directly involved in the encirclement and suppression added up, and there were a total of 60 star battle stars. Class 4 civilization warships, 3.61 million in total. Without directly participating in the battle, the remaining 4-level civilizations that pulled up the space blockade on the periphery also sent some warships. Although there were more than 300 of these 4th-level civilizations, the total number of warships sent to pull blockades was only more than 2 million. The combined strength of the two is 60 planetary battle stars and more than 5 million warships. It can be said that this is the largest joint action of all 4th-level civilizations in the entire galaxy in nearly 100,000 years. Emperor Aethys also sent men during this time to explore the trajectory of the transition passages of all planetary systems throughout the empire. It really made him find a little eyebrow. However, the Great Qin Empire has not yet been fully found. This made Emperor Aethys a little anxious. It seemed that the army was about to gather, and if he dropped the chain, he would not be able to find the Great Qin Empire. Then he would be miserable. Just when Emperor Aethys was anxious, Emperor Aethys, whose attendants were somewhat flustered, reported a message. Your Majesty, discover the Great Qin Empire. What? Emperor Aethys' spirit perked up. Where? It is reported by the subordinate galaxies of the Empire territory, and the fleet of the Great Qin Empire is unscrupulously moving through the leap voyage. Predicted by their trajectory, the target is a hub galaxy. It took 2 months for this news to come, and they are probably close to reaching our hub galaxy by now. When Emperor Addis heard this, he was furious. Good you, Emperor. I was about to look for you, but you sent it to the door yourself. Episode 94. The Emperor Battlestar descends on the hub galaxy. It's just arrogant. The Emperor Battlestar has been built. Inside it carried the Neutron Battlestar and more than 10,000 warships. Qin Sheng arrogantly chose directly in the territory of the Aethys Empire. A galaxy has migrated past a galaxy. It's about being high profile. It's about being compelling. The purpose was to bring together all the pursuing fleets of the Aethys Empire. Then, catch it all. Hub galaxy. The Dyson sphere under construction obscures more than 70% of the star's glow. Losing most of the stellar glow makes the space around it look a little dim, but not far away. The huge, brightly lit space city in space shows its existence to everyone. 3-level civilization warships came and went one after another in this huge space city. Rivet. The rough structure of the battleship is unobstructed. A 3rd-level civilization warship crashed head-on into the mirror surface that was absolutely smooth and could be reflected even by elementary particle structures. Instant explosion. Sirens are constantly being sent out throughout the space city. A spherical battleship with a diameter of 1,200 kilometers, which appeared to be an absolute circle on the outside, with an absolutely smooth surface that reflected everything in the hub galaxy, was moving forward. Emperor Battlestar. And so it goes. Some 3rd-level civilization warships were too late to avoid, and they directly crashed into the surface of the Emperor Battlestar. We are the Great Qin Empire fleet. In the hub galaxy, except for the people of the Aethys Empire, the people of the rest of the civilization can be evacuated directly. We're not going to get angry with you, but if you get in the way, you do everything at your own risk. Wide area communications are sent out directly. The personnel of the many 3rd-level civilizations docked in the hub galaxy were extremely stunned. What happened? What civilization is this Great Qin Empire? I don't know. I haven't heard of it. How dare I be so arrogant? This civilization doesn't know that there is a 6th-level civilization here. The protection of the Mibak civilization. Great Qin Empire. I seem to have the impression that a few years ago, there was a battle outside the hub galaxy, that is, this great Qin Empire and another third-level civilization fought against 7 third-level civilizations. In the giant space city, in the harbor lounge where many civilized creatures gathered, they talked a lot. What about the result? What happened next? Other civilized creatures asked. It seems that the fleets of the 7 third-level civilizations were all wiped out, and the great Qin Empire and another civilization escaped. Good fellow, look at it this way, this great Qin Empire still has some strength. But even if you have the strength to mess up in the hub galaxy, death is certain. Many creatures of the third-level civilization are sneering, waiting to see the hilarity. These creatures of other third-level civilizations naturally did not know that the people who were in the name of the 6th-level civilization Mibak in the hub galaxy were actually only the people of the 4th-level peak and pioneering civilization, not really a 6th-level, Mibak civilization man. And so, in the hub galaxy, many people of the third-level civilization did not take the warning of the great Qin Empire to heart. In their opinion, anyone who dared to mess around in the hub galaxy would not need the guardians here to intervene, and the garrison fleet of the 8th Empire alone could easily solve it. Well, I've warned you beforehand, but don't blame me. The corners of Qin Sheng's mouth outlined a sneering smile. The next moment, in space, the huge Emperor Battlestar with a diameter of 1,200 kilometers accelerated forward violently. In cases where everyone was too late to react, in an instant, the giant space city blocking the Emperor's Battlestar, as well as the tens of thousands of warships of other civilizations docked in the harbor, directly destroyed. A large area of fire just flashed, it was directly extinguished, and the space city and battleships were all reduced to ruins. Boom. Ah, one. Let's go. Damn, they actually dared. Crazy. Completely crazy. For a moment, all kinds of languages screamed in space. In the huge space city that was destroyed, the air that frantically escaped from outer space was used as the medium to spread out. With air as the medium of transmission, a huge, deafening sound appeared. The size of the entire giant space city was no less than that of the 1,200-kilometer diameter Emperor Battlestar. But at this moment, the Emperor Battlestar, which has an armored shell with strong interaction materials, is like a building block in front of it, falling apart in space. But its core part has not been damaged in the slightest. When Qin Sheng saw it for the first time, he immediately understood that the core part of the space city must not be a 4th-level civilization creation. It is a higher civilization creation. Immediately open the Emperor Battlestar and store it in. Whatever else, grab it first. Countless third-level civilization warships frantically fled the range of Space City. The defense of the hub galaxy was the royal fleet of the 8th Empire and the fleet of the electors who resided in the hub galaxy. The royal fleet, with a star-like Battlestar, has about 90,000 warships. And the elector who resides in the hub galaxy, that is, the Grand Duke of Arleton. However, Grand Duke Alton's fleet had been completely wiped out by Qin Sheng in the Macadam Galaxy. Grand Duke Yalton's planetary Battlestar was also completely decomposed by Qin Sheng into elementary particle materials. So now only the royal fleet is left guarding the hub galaxy. In the face of the great Qin Empire, Emperor Aethys was still a little embarrassed to rely only on his own imperial fleet. But soon, Emperor Aethys received messages from the nobles. Portals of transition unfold outside the stellar Dyson sphere. Countless streams of light flew out of the transition passage. Stopped in space. Stopped behind the Emperor's Battlestar, about 10 million kilometers away. The light of the transition fades. Battleships painted in different colors and depicting different family crests appeared in space. Densely packed, it occupies almost the entire space, and it is majestic, covering a space area 10 million kilometers behind the Emperor's Battlestar. These were all garrison fleets of the Athos Empire, the nobles of the various galaxies. This time, more than 500 nobles from all over Athos came to serve the king. Each nobleman brought hundreds, or thousands, of warships, depending on his own strength. Densely packed, the number exceeds 80,000 ships. At this point, together with the royal fleet, the number of warships in the Athos Empire fleet exceeded 180,000. There is also a planetary Battlestar Valley with a diameter of about 6,000 kilometers. The planetary Battlestars of the Imperial Garrison fleet of the hub galaxy and all the battleships were immediately activated. Approach from the front of the Emperor Battlestar. It seems that from one after the other, the Emperor Battlestar of the Great Qin Empire was encircled. Don't ask to beat them, just to be able to hold them down a lot of time. Now the other 4th-level civilizations have received the news and are migrating to us. Ha 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 ha, Emperor Great Qin, you are really self-casting. I was thinking of going around looking for you, and now you're delivering it yourself. Don't blame me. Emperor Aethys was hundreds of millions of kilometers away in the capital star, the imperial palace of the imperial city, looking at the virtual scene of a large number of warships docked in front of him, and remotely commanding the fleet to fight. Episode 95, Fighting Gorillas with Me? I'll kill you straight away. The 4th-level civilization in the hub galaxy is not only the Athos Empire. As mentioned earlier, the Pioneer civilization is helping the Athos Empire build the Dyson ball. However, the Pioneer civilization did not have military warships in the territory of the Athos Empire, hence the negligence. There are still many creatures of other third-level civilizations in the hub galaxy. They all sailed the warships of their respective civilizations, with the fleets of their respective civilizations. It has escaped far away, but it has not left the hub galaxy. After all, at the speed of the curvature engine of the third-level civilization, it would take a month or two to completely leave the gravitational range of a galaxy without relying on the jump engine. The current situation, for the fleets of those third-level civilizations, is such that on the surface, it is the fleet of the Athos Empire that has encircled the Imperial Drought Battlestar one after the other. Moreover, the fleet of the Athos Empire was still dispersing, add up to 180,000 warships, densely packed in space. The Athos Empire also had a star-like battlestar with a diameter of 6,000 kilometers. At least in terms of volume, it is definitely larger than the volume of the Emperor battlestar. And it's a lot bigger. Externally, the two sides are the difference between the size of the Earth and the size of the Moon. The two sides faced each other, and from the perspective of military strength, the Athos Empire seemed to be much stronger than the Great Qin Empire. Therefore, those people of the third-level civilization did not run after running a distance of more than 1 billion kilometers. Stopping one by one and starting to use the long-range observation system for long-range observation, this battle between higher civilizations is not easy to see. They had to record it and then go back and study it. Maybe I can study something. In the eyes of these three-level civilizations, the distance of more than 1 billion kilometers should be far enough. The fighting should not have reached them. They even have time to talk to each other. But what we were talking about was nothing more than talking about the Great Qin Empire. Talk about the outcome of the war. Emperor Athos, I don't ask you to inflict any damage on the Great Qin Empire. I only ask you to drag the main force of the Great Qin Empire in the hub galaxy. Wait for our reinforcements. 2 months ago, we already had a main fleet set out first, using the most advanced jump engines, and now we can reach the hub galaxy in no time. In the special separate parliamentary space, the suspended jellyfish, Chi Bail, spoke solemnly to Emperor Athos. Rest assured, Secretary General, we in the Athos Empire will do our best, regardless of casualties, and will also drag the fleet of the Great Qin Empire. Emperor Athos made a package of tickets. After all, in his opinion, he had a lot of available fleets this time, a star-like battlestar, enough for 180,000 fourth-level civilization warships. Even if the Great Qin Empire is strong, he can't defeat the Great Qin Empire. Can't he still drag the Great Qin Empire in this planetary system for a while? Definitely. And Emperor Athos was a wise man. He knew that Grand Duke Yalton's star battlestar had been destroyed by the Great Qin Empire's battlestar cannon with one blow. Therefore, this time, Emperor Athos deliberately placed the star battlestar in the rear, used only as a dispatch to tandem your own fleet, and the remaining 180,000 Athos Empire warships, all scattered, reduced to pieces, led by their respective noble lords and officers. It was reduced to thousands of small fleets. Using the vast space, long-range raids were carried out, and it was best to avoid direct engagement with the Great Qin Empire fleet. In this way, it dragged the battlestar of the Great Qin Empire. After all, there is nothing else in the universe, there is space. In Emperor Athos's vision, the breadth of the entire battlefield could reach trillions of kilometers. In order to achieve this goal, even the capital star in the hub galaxy can be sacrificed. After all, the capital star is only 1 billion kilometers away from the Great Qin Empire battlestar. Even Emperor Athos was ready to sacrifice the entire hub galaxy, which was not how well-meaning Emperor Athos knew. Rather, he knew that his loss here today would definitely be recovered from the Kikrum civilization 100-fold in the future. After all, Kizarom is a civilization with a very good moral standard. However, if this is the case, it will be a bitter third-level civilization that is wandering in space with the intention of observing war. They may even be deliberately targeted by Emperor Athos as consumables who know nothing of their fate. But Emperor Athos did not care whether these low-level civilizations were dead or alive, as long as his purpose can be achieved. But there is a section. Emperor Athos only knew that in the previous battles, the Great Qin Empire's Laplace Heavy Fast Sun Light Spear had a range of more than 1 king and 1 billion kilometers. But he did not know that 100 billion kilometers was far from the effective range limit of the Laplace Heavy Tachyon Light Spear. As a result, the Athos Empire's intention to use the trillions of kilometers of space around it as a battlefield was frustrated. It fell short from the start. At this moment, Emperor Athos had already left the capital star in a 4th-level peak civilization warship secretly ordered from the Pioneer civilization, and stay away all the way. While staying away, he also forged the illusion that he was still giving orders in the capital star. Boost the morale of your own civilized soldiers. Listen to the orders of the fallen. All the warships, under the command of the officers and nobles of their respective battle formations, start dispersing the formation. Try to stay as far away from the battle stars of the Great Qin Empire and harass the battle. Expand the breadth of the battlefield to less than 1 trillion kilometers. 1 trillion kilometers? Wouldn't that be all the planets in the entire hub galaxy, even the capital star? Some nobles were shocked. That's right. But don't worry, it's just above the capital star, which is more than 1 billion kilometers away. You will stick to the imperial city. Fight on the front line with the soldiers of the empire. The soldiers of the Aethys Empire. Obey the orders of the emperor. Swear to die to defend the capital star. The rise and fall of the empire, in one fell swoop. Go to war. Emperor Aethys's words lifted all Attis soldiers. Densely packed 4th-level civilization warships spread out in space. All the imperial soldiers were ready to die, and the space battleships began to disperse, intended to harass the Emperor Battlestar from a distance. For their intentions, Qin Sheng naturally understood them. Your Majesty, let Ella lead the fleet out. Destroy these enemy warships. Ella excitedly asked Qin Sheng to fight. However, Qin Sheng shook his head slightly. No, you don't have to pay attention to these mosquitoes. Pass on my orders. Laplace, heavy light spear preparation, adjusted to micro-burning mode. Target, the capital star of the Athos Empire. Pay attention to the first round of blows, not too powerful, otherwise you will not have to play directly through it. Let's first bathe the capital of the Aethys Empire. Wash the floor. The corners of Qin Sheng's mouth outlined a sneering smile. The Emperor Battlestar simply ignored the mosquito-like Attis warships that roamed through space. One of the 1,200 Laplace heavy Tachelon spears equipped on the Battlestar aimed at more than 1 billion kilometers away. Suspended in space, the planet with a diameter of 16,000 kilometers, spinning and orbiting. Star, the capital of the Athos Empire, Neo-Attis. Just as the 18,000 warships of the Aethys Empire were gradually dispersing in space, adjusting their formations and breaking into pieces, preparing for a long war in the surrounding starry sky. Unexpectedly, the Emperor Battlestar directly launched an attack on the capital star more than 1 billion kilometers away. A crimson beam of light instantly lit up in the space of the universe. It was as if the entire starry sky had been cut directly and horizontally, instantly spanning a distance of more than 1 billion kilometers, right in the middle of the planet Neo-Aethys. None of the Aethys warships reacted. The space warp force field on the surface of the planet Neo-Aethys is not even bright at all, and the people on the planet Neo-Attis did not react at all, because the moment the crimson beam hit the entire planet, the adjusted power did not penetrate the planet. Countless special attacks of the fastest at a speed faster than the speed of light, on the surface of the entire planet, began to spread. In an instant, the entire planet Neo-Aethys was wrapped up. From outer space, this 16,000 kilometer diameter, originally green and very beautiful life planet turned into a red and hot fireball in an instant. Like a small star, it burns in the space of the universe. At one point, it even illuminated the surrounding space environment. At this time, Qin Sheng issued another order. Adjust the power of the light spear. Now, you can penetrate this planet. The antimatter energy supply reactor inside the Emperor Battlestar is continuously output. The continuous crimson beam of light suddenly increased its power. At the site where the planet Neo-Aethys was hit, the crimson beam of light began to burst downwards. It is easy to penetrate the crust, mantle, outer core, and core. Then from the other side of the planet, threw it out. The whole planet also expanded and exploded at this moment, turning into a volley of space around it, densely packed with fragmented asteroid belts. Episode 96. The Emperor is still very fair, and killing people will be treated equally. The fierceness of the Great Qin Empire directly shocked everyone, not only the soldiers, officers, nobles on the Athos fleet. Even the third-level civilizations who were observing from the sidelines were all shocked, one by one. What kind of civilization weapon is this? It can even cross a distance of more than 1 billion kilometers in an instant, and the power has not been reduced in the slightest, and it can directly and completely destroy a planet. For a moment, these third-level civilizations felt great fear. Also observe the War of Nyama. Run. If you accidentally get involved, you're done. Even more shocking were the soldiers, officers, and nobles of the Aethys Imperial Fleet. They had no idea that the Great Qin Empire would launch a direct attack on the planet Neo-Aethys. I didn't expect that the space warp force field shield of the new planet Aethys did not play the slightest role. And just like that, one hit. Although the planet Neo-Aethys is very close to the Battlestar of the Great Qin Empire, it is only 1 billion kilometers away, but until then, none of them thought that the planet Neo-Attis would be destroyed. After all, the Athos Empire had operated here for many years, and the Neo-Athos planet not only had a perfect, high-intensity space warp force field for the Guardian Star, and there are countless companion space stations around the planet. The number of weapons on board is enormous. It was also enough to make the planet Neo-Aethys half a Battlestar. Even in the event of a high-intensity war, the space warp force field shield that surrounds the entire planet can completely block a huge part of the enemy's attack. Therefore, all the soldiers of the Athos fleet believed they were even able to rely on the planet Neo-Aethys and their own numerical forces to fight against the Great Qin Empire and replenish themselves. But what happened at this moment completely overturned their cognition. Your Majesty. Your Majesty is still on the planet. Suddenly a nobleman cried out. Everyone else reacted. My heart was immediately overwhelmed with great sorrow. Yes, His Majesty is still on the planet, commanding them. Now, the entire planet has been destroyed. His Majesty and hundreds of billions of people on the entire planet have been martyred. Avenge your Majesty and the hundreds of billions of people of the Empire on the planet. Immediately, an officer roared with rage. The hatred of all the soldiers of the Athos Empire was mobilized. Just when they were full of anger and hatred, they wanted to abandon all tactics and prepare to attack them all and fight the great Qin Empire to the death. Obey the orders of the Emperor, Count Saratran, and move the position of one of your king's warships 10 million kilometers to the right. Emperor Athos's voice suddenly rang out in the communication channel. Well, all the Athos officers, the nobles, were stunned. His Majesty is not dead? Or even a steady tone in the conductor? Wrong, the active nobles reacted immediately. His Majesty had always said before that he was on the planet, but they could see that the planet was being destroyed so quickly. There can be no battleships separated from the planet. At this moment, there were several voices that were not too different from this command, and the content was not too much different. How does it sound? Like recording something in advance? Broken. Some of the nobles reacted. His Majesty is not at all on the planet Neo-Atis. Before telling them that he would stick to it, that was a lie to them. Your Majesty is afraid that he has already run away. After realizing this, the entire fleet of the Athos Empire, the hearts of the people floated. Even some of the nobles' fleets immediately entered the state of curvature engine, and directly disappeared into the universe as a radiant streamer of Tao. Go to you, let Lao Tzu come to the king, and as a result, you ran away by yourself. Now that the stars in the capital are gone, the emperor has already run away. Don't blame me for being unkind. Lao Tzu also runs. In an instant, the morale of the entire Athos Empire fleet was reduced to a freezing point. Many of the independent nobles, who did not belong to the royal faction, directly led their fleets and began to flee. The 18,000 warships of the Athos Empire, which spread throughout space, were in chaos. Their side is trying to run, but will the great Qin Empire let them go? Qin Sheng's style of acting is to cut the grass and remove the roots. Even if you are an indigenous native of a native civilization on a planet, as long as you offend Qin Sheng will not care about morality or morality, directly destroyed you. And there is no room for trouble. After all, in the universe, time has passed, and the speed of civilization's rise is very fast. No one knows if it will be. Your civilization is now a low-level civilization, and one day in the future, there will be a sudden explosion of technology, and the civilization level will be promoted. What if you come back to take revenge? In space, on all sides, all the Athos Empire fleets were in chaos. There are those who want to attack the Emperor Battlestar and continue to fight the Emperor's die-hard loyalists. There were also those who were cold to Emperor Athos and did not want to fight again, but did not dare to run away, and wandered away in the distance. There were also many nobles who directly ignored the orders of Emperor Athos and ran away with their own fleets. For these people, as an emperor, Qin Sheng not only had the virtue of benevolence, but also the virtue of fairness. Qin Sheng treated everyone equally. All are given to be destroyed. He doesn't discriminate against anyone, or looks down on anyone and doesn't beat him. Come, folks, don't worry, don't run around. My emperor is very fair, and will give you death, don't worry. 1,200 Laplace heavy tackle-on light spears and 12,000 light spears of light proximity defense on the Emperor's Battlestar opened fire at the same time. With unparalleled precision, the Athos Empire warships scattered in all directions and almost spread across the surrounding space area were named. It's a little bit of a name. Incredibly precise. Fast, even the light close-in tackle-on light spear on the Emperor Battlestar has a range of more than 10 billion kilometers. Even the Athos Empire warships, which had entered a state of curvature and were more than 25 times the speed of light, could not avoid it. The speed of the fast light spear was far faster than their battleship. In an instant, it was to catch up with the battleship in the state of curvature. The ordinary tachy-speak spear does not have the ability to directly ignore the battleship's space distortion force field shield. However, a battleship in the curvature state cannot open the space warp force field shield, so it is even hit by the light terrestrial light spear of the Emperor Battlestar. It is also a dead end. In just a few seconds, the tens of thousands of light close-in anti-Lessus spear cannons above the Emperor's Battlestar have fired more than 10 waves. At least 50,000 Athos Empire warships were destroyed. Fight with them. A cornered Imperial battleship of the Athos directly activated the propulsion engine at full power from 1,000,000 kilometers away, crashing headlong into the Imperial Battlestar. But just after the action, the variable of its speed that suddenly occurred was detected by more than 10 light fast type Lessus light spears. More than 10 fast light spears shot through in an instant. The battleship had not even fully started the assault, and it was directly hit by more than 10 fast light spears. The strength of the space warp force field is directly zeroed. The battleship was destroyed. Thousands of Athosic soldiers were killed in space. And for the escaped Emperor Athos, Qin Sheng had already found out that he had escaped. However, there is no rush. The range of the Laplace heavy spear of light can reach 2.5 light-years. Moreover, the characteristics of the Laplace heavy light spear have also been said before. Within a range of 2.5 light-years, the attack can be reached instantaneously. But 2.5 light-years away is beyond the reach of the whip. Therefore, armed with this ranged weapon, my Emperor allows you to run 2.4 light-years first, even if you run out of the range of the Laplace heavy Takalon light spear. The Emperor Battlestar also hides a large killing weapon, the Neutron Battlestar. The main gun range of the Neutron Battlestar can reach a terrifying 120 light-years. Do you want to run? Where can I go? 18 billion kilometers away. A battleship wrapped in a bubble of glittering curvature is frantically advancing at 200 times the speed of light. This warship was the curvature-enhanced battleship that Emperor Aethys had ordered from the Pioneer civilization in his private capacity. It is fast, capable of reaching more than 200 times the speed of light. In just 5 minutes, Emperor Aethys had already run out of 18 billion kilometers on this battleship. At 200 times the speed of light, the Great Qin Empire absolutely cannot catch up with me. Emperor Aethys laughed. He knew the power of the Great Qin Empire, and he also knew that staying on the planet was a dead end, so he left early, thinking, first, let his subordinates entangle with the Great Qin Empire. He left the battlefield, waiting for the advance fleet of the Chizoram civilization to arrive. As soon as the reinforcements arrive, the Great Qin Empire will only be destroyed. Even if I lose everything in the hub galaxy, it doesn't matter. I lost the hub galaxy only after fighting the Great Qin Empire. Chi-Chier, a guy who is so kind that he faints, will definitely compensate me. When the time comes, do I want 10-fold compensation, or 100-fold compensation? Even if it is 100 times compensation, it is nothing for the 4th-level peak civilization, right? Emperor Aethys thought happily, and for a moment he even began to seriously consider how much compensation he would ask Chi-Chi for. Yet at this very time, the siren on the ship suddenly lit up. The spacecraft's automatic operating program immediately and autonomously issued the order to exit the curvature navigation state and open the space warp force field shield. But before any alarm sounded, all these movements did not come in time to begin without Emperor Aethys, not even the slightest awareness. A huge beam of light swooped up directly from behind, instantly engulfed the entire battleship. Everything, including Emperor Aethys himself, was completely destroyed in a tenth of a second. There is no scum left. Emperor Aethys did not find a single clue until his death, and before his death, he was still immersed in his own serious consideration of asking for 100 times the compensation was. Episode 97. The 5 Great 4th-level peak civilizations gathered. Target the Great Qin Empire. In the endless darkness of space, countless dazzling stars dot this black curtain, dense and numerous. The universe is incomparably open. The Milky Way, too, is very open. Stars are usually separated by several light-years, and the distance of more than 10 light-years is in a dark space of nothingness and emptiness. A huge, streamer-filled curvature bubble instantly arrived from afar. The curvature bubble begins to dissipate. The light is gone, revealing a huge blue spherical battleship was revealed. The surface of the battleship looked incomparably smooth, reflecting the countless stars dotted above the dark curtain called space. You take a giant telescope and look closely at the countless stars reflected above this mirror. You can even observe with great clarity, even any star hundreds of millions of light-years away. It is a planetary battlestar with a surface covered in strongly interacting armor and an overall diameter of 4,200 kilometers. The 4th-level peak civilization, the advance fleet of the Chizoram civilization. Now, Battlestar Central Control Room. The Parliament of the Galactic Civilization Destiny Community, Secretary General Chi-Chi, has a very heavy heart. Just 3 months ago, the planetary Battlestar, the planetary planet of the previous fleet, is sailing in the transition passage to the hub galaxy of the Athos Empire. In another hour, it will be able to fully descend on the hub galaxy. Suddenly, the transition guider raises an alert. The transition portal of the hub galaxy closed. The cosmic string link is broken. Chi-Chi immediately ordered the search for the nearest stellar cosmic string portal. Thus quickly out of the cosmic string transition channel, and the curvature engine was started at full speed, spanning a distance of 50 light-years. Only today, 3 months later, finally arrived here. The jump suddenly went wrong and should have arrived 3 months ago. The results have only arrived now. Sure enough, I guessed right. The hub galaxy was completely destroyed. In the central control room of the Battlestar, Chi-Chier's body was suspended in the air, and hundreds of jellyfish tentacles were all slightly trembling. He looked at the empty space in front of him, and his heart was full of anger. He's late. The hub galaxy has been poisoned by the Great Qin Empire. The entire hub galaxy has completely turned into nothingness at this moment. Damn it. Chi-Chier was very angry inside, but because of his ethnic nature, no emotional change in his mood can be seen on the surface. After the destruction of the hub galaxy, he did not receive any news from Emperor Aethys. Thus, the Great Qin Empire must have crushed the Aethys Empire incomparably quickly. Then he killed the Emperor of the Aethys Empire. This caused Emperor Addis to have no time to send any message to Kikabar. At this moment, several curvature bubbles of light came from a distance and stopped in the starry sky in an instant. "We are a pioneer civilization 021453 Hub Galaxy construction fleet," directly identified the other side. "Have you always been here?" Chichi Barium sent out a communication inquiry. "Yes, we escaped before the Hub Galaxy was destroyed, but our faster-than-light communication base station was broken, so we couldn't send back the message. You can only wait here for reinforcements to arrive." The construction fleet of the pioneering worker civilization replied. "Friend, I'm angry right now." Chi-Chi's hundreds of jellyfish tentacles trembled slightly. "Dao, I understand, Mr. Secretary General. As a member of the 4th level civilization, I can only watch the evil Great Qin Emperor destroy the Hub Galaxy, destroy the works I built. I'm also furious that I built more than 1,400 years of Dyson Ball artwork, but it doesn't help us to be angry here. Mr. Secretary General, may I ask when the main fleet will arrive?" The builder of the pioneer civilization 021453 had just asked this question, and he saw the depths of the universe and the starry sky. More than 10 curvature rays of light arrived in an instant. One after another, the curvature bubble wrapped around the surface of the planetary battle star with an average diameter of more than 4,000 kilometers receded, plus the battle star where Chi-Chi Barium itself is located. A total of 15 planetary battle stars of varying sizes, but all more than 4,000 kilometers in diameter, completely wrapped in an armored shell of strongly interacting materials, are suspended in this space area. The 5 4th-level peak civilizations of the galaxy, the Kikaram civilization, the pioneering worker civilization, the hero military state, the Northern Galactic Weiyang civilization, and the Iron Curtain Starry Sky civilization. The main fleet sent arrived. "Guys, the Great Qin Empire has completely destroyed the Hub Galaxy and has left." Chi-Chi Barium sent a message to everyone. "Ahem. Escape is fast." Admiral Star of the Star Sea Fleet of the Hero Military State snorted coldly. "The Star Sea Fleet of the Hiroshi Kingdom, Star Admiral will be a humanoid creature with a length of about 2.3 meters or more, with 3 eyes on its face, a shark-like mouth, and a gray skin color. So, the individuals of our civilization, the artwork that 021453 alone built for 1,400 years, have also been destroyed." Pioneer Civilization number 007 Pioneer groaned. Obviously, he was more concerned with the artworks built by his own civilization than others. Pioneer 007 couldn't see what race creature he was. He was more like a spherical robot floating in the air. In fact, in the pioneering civilization, basically all individuals have completely abandoned their flesh and blood. It was replaced by a mechanical organization of different shapes. How long has the Great Qin Empire fleet been gone? Which direction to go? Deputy General Manager of North Galaxy Weiyang Civilization Company, the Group Finance and Economics, inquired. The Northern Galactic Weiyang Civilization, said to be a civilization, is actually essentially a giant interstellar enterprise. The territory is also very large, and the entire Northern Galaxy, whether it is the upper north or the lower north, basically has their branches. Group Finance is a well-dressed bird creature that looks like an upright walking bird with a human form, but there are no wings. Moreover, the Group Finance itself cannot represent the biological population of the North Galaxy Weiyang Giant Enterprise. There are many kinds of ethnic groups in the Northern Galaxy Weiyang Giant Enterprise. It's about the standard star rotation time, 3 months, and I don't know which direction to go, because I didn't find the trajectory of the curvature space voyage. There is also no trace of someone artificially creating a gravitational warp point and making a jump. Chi-Chi Barium replied. They probably used some method to hide their curvature trajectory. The Iron Curtain, Starry Sky Civilization Army Commander Starry Sky Tower slightly bowed his head. "Dao. The Starry Sky Tower does not look like a natural creature. He is similar to the Pioneer 007 of the Pioneer Civilization, and his body is full of mechanical tissues. It's just that he's more like an iron tower suspended in the air. In 3 months, if the curvature engine speed of the Great Qin Empire is more than 200 times the speed of light, it will be really difficult to chase. Nor could they have gone to the nearest planetary system to make a stellar cosmic string transition. That's where we came from." Group Finance Road. "Yeah, we can only expand the search. Check the trajectory of the stellar cosmic string transition of all planetary galaxies in the 200 light-year region. I hope I can find something." Chi-Chi Barium Road. "It's best not to let us find anything, otherwise, it will also indicate the death date of the Great Qin Empire." The 3 eyes of the Star Admiral narrowed slightly, and there was an incomparably dangerous light shining inside them. He opened his mouth, revealing a mouth full of sharp teeth. "Since this is the case, then we will act separately, leaving part of the fleet here, and each civilization is responsible for one direction to investigate. Be sure to find traces of the Great Qin Empire." Soon, the 5 4th-level peak civilizations had discussed their respective investigation directions. Among the 15 planetary battle stars, each with its own civilizational characteristics, the fleet flew out. A total of 1.5 million 4th-class peak civilization warships. The 5 4th-level peak civilizations are divided into troops. Each civilization is responsible for a certain regional direction for investigation. It was 3 months later, at the coordinates of the destroyed hub galaxy, the planetary galaxy 50 light-years away. This planetary system is a newly selected, new assembly site for the combined fleet of 4th-level civilizations. Within a period of 3 months, one after another, the 4th-level civilization battle stars came into this planetary system. The fleets divided according to Chi barium are parked at space stations. When the time comes, basically people have arrived. At this moment, the top 54th-level civilizations in the Milky Way, in this small galaxy with only 3 planets rotating around the stars, have gathered here. There are 60 huge 4th-level civilization star battlestars docked in the galaxy, and a combined number of more than 3.61 million 4th-class civilization warships. This is a very terrifying force. All civilizations have only one goal. That is, the Great Qin Empire. After 3 months of investigation, the 5 4th-level peak civilizations basically checked the trajectory of all the stellar cosmic string transition channels inside all the planetary systems within the surrounding 200 light-years. However, the trajectory 0 of the Great Qin Empire fleet for the stellar transition was not found. Why? Chi barium was almost going crazy. Episode 98. Civilization level increase, new system features. Chi barium, of course, could not find any trace of Qin Sheng, because Qin Sheng did not sail with curvature at all, or left the stellar transition channel. Instead, it directly activated the space transition engine of the star system mounted on the Emperor Battlestar. Nor is the fluctuation of the space transition engine of the star system untraceable. It's just that the 5 4th-level peak civilizations are all looking for spatial fluctuation exploration inside the galaxy. They didn't even think that the Great Qin Empire had the leap technology of the 5th-level civilization, and there was no need to make a jump through the stars at all. This leads to the fact that they can only waste time here continuously. As for Qin Sheng, at this moment, he had returned to the Baiju galaxy again. Here, Qin Sheng was ready to stay for a while, and after the basic physics technology had completely broken through to the 3rd-level civilization, he would leave. Once the basic physics technology of the Great Qin Empire broke through to the 3rd-level civilization, Qin Sheng's own golden finger would also evolve again. This made Qin Sheng very concerned, but now Qin Sheng didn't know what kind of functions the golden finger of evolution would have again. As for the loot after destroying the hub galaxy, after a 1,000-fold increase, Qin Sheng gained 18 trillion technical values. At present, Qin Sheng's technical value reserves have exceeded 20 trillion. Reached 17, a staggering 277,685 billion. However, the harvest is limited to that. It still made Qin Sheng more distressed, because there is no way to enter, fight the Aethys Empire and only get some of the normal level 4 civilization technology related to combat. After a 1,000-fold increase enhancement, the weapons technology obtained were basically the weapons of the 4th-level peak civilization. At present, only one star system space transition technology has been amplified to the 5th level of elementary. Qin Sheng also realized that he had to find some stronger opponents. Moreover, at present, the Great Qin Empire is outstanding, all of which are battle-related technologies related to those advanced technologies that can sublimate and leap their own races. Qin Sheng didn't have a clue. All along, Qin Sheng has been a person who prepares for the future as soon as possible. At present, although the basic technology level of the Great Qin Empire is less than 3 levels, however, Qin Sheng had already begun to prepare for the future ascension of the Great Qin Empire to a 5th-level civilization. The relevant strong intelligence technology, genetic philosophy, also needs to be prepared. In the galaxy, there are 5 4th-level peak civilizations. It seems that if I want to further improve my combat strength, I have to find them. And the technology on the philosophical aspects of biological genes. I guess I can only find the alien civilization. Qin Sheng pondered inwardly. The alien beast civilization is a rare civilization that is different from the mainstream scientific and technological civilization in the universe. The uniqueness of the alien civilization is that they rely only on their own distinctive, unique flesh, constantly through a variety of scientific and technological means to strengthen themselves, edit their own genetic philosophy, level yourself up. The Ether Dragon race, which had resisted the last Big Bang, should be a strong alien civilization. Qin Sheng also stored some Ether Dragon genes here. It is from the Ether Dragon Maiden Warrior, but these genes were very weak, and even so Qin Sheng could not crack them. I can only think of other beast civilizations. The alien civilization is sparse in number. Even if Qin Sheng had experience in his previous life, he didn't know where to go to find other beast civilizations now. It is only known that one of the natural disasters that appeared earlier in the game, the Zerg clan, is also a strange beast civilization. The insect invasion was an early natural disaster. During the game's 10 to 20 years or so, most players have advanced to the level of second civilization. Zerg will appear. Moreover, the strength of the invading bug clan is matched by the Star Sea game system according to the top group of players. That is, the faster the top players develop. When the Zerg invade, the stronger the corresponding Zerg clan. Wait. Suddenly thinking of this, Qin Sheng suddenly found that he seemed to have ignored this problem in the past. Open the galaxy leaderboard. The Great Qin Empire still firmly occupies the top spot. The rest of the players are still only a first-level civilization. In the past life, Qin Sheng's strength was only the level of the players' middle and lower reaches. But this life is different. Qin Sheng has systematic help, and the strength improvement is incomparable. It is now the 6th year since the Star Sea game began. The Great Qin Empire already had the strength to break the wrist with the 4th-level peak civilization. I'll go. When there is a natural disaster of the insect invasion, will the insect tribe that appears be the Nyama or some high-level beast civilization insect clan force? Then it's terrifying. After Qin Sheng realized this, he felt terrible. But if you think about it, your strength in the future can only be stronger. And you put your mind at ease. At this time, the communication from Anvilia rang. What's wrong? Qin Sheng connected the communication, looked at the virtual image of the black-haired frost girl who appeared in front of him, and asked. The unknown structure of the object obtained from the giant space city of the hub galaxy. I studied and found that we can't understand it with our current means. Anvilia said. Previously, when the hub galaxy crashed into the giant space city, an object of unknown structure appeared from it. Qin Sheng was directly recycled. After leaving, Qin Sheng asked Anvilia to conduct some research and continuously invested trillions of technical values to help research. However, nothing was studied. The basic physics of the Great Qin Empire are poor, but this trillions of technical values from the game system are invested. Even if it was a creation of the 5th-level civilization, Qin Sheng should know through the game system what this thing was and what it was used for. But now there is no movement. Qin Sheng took a slight breath of cold air and said, is this the product of a 6th-level civilization? If it is a product of a 6th-level civilization, it is not surprising that trillions of technical values are smashed down without the slightest movement. That's it. Qin Sheng could only let Anvilia stop studying that thing, but let her preside over the research of biological genetic engineering technology. I stayed in the Cyprus galaxy for about half a month. News came from the Night Frost side. Fundamental physics has broken through. The Large Ring Star Particle Collider has continuously collided the separated quarks and finally succeeded in discovering more basic particles. Precursor. At this moment, the foundation of the physics and technology tree of the Great Qin Empire was even higher. Qin Sheng also heard the prompt from the system. Ding dong. Congratulations on the host civilization level to level 3. The 1000-fold amplification system has evolved. New, technical compositing, system new feature, technical synthesis. Both technologies can be put into the system's synthesis panel to synthesize them. After synthesis, a certain degree will lead to a completely new technology that combines the advantages of both technologies. It is also possible to acquire a technique that combines the shortcomings of both techniques. It is necessary to consume a certain amount of technical values according to the level of the input technology itself. The newly synthesized technology will increase to a certain extent on the original technology of the two technologies. Qin Sheng looked at the system panel that appeared in front of him, 2 synthesis columns on the left and 1 on the right, and 520 in the middle showed the result column of the finished product. New features of this system. How about it? It's all about experimenting with this new feature first. Qin Sheng thought about it for a while. First of all, he brought in a 4th-level medium civilization level technology. Preliminary electromagnetic force digestion molecular reinforcement alloy technology. This technology is the primary strong interaction material technology. Yes, strongly interactive materials are also graded. The first level of strong interaction materials is the strong interaction force molecular structure materials. It is also the armor material that the galaxy's 4th-level medium civilizations generally give to the shell of the star battle star. As for the armor technology used by the conventional warships of the 4th-level civilization, most of them are generally preliminary electromagnetic force digestion molecular reinforced alloy technology in order to save costs, which is a technology that 1 foot step into the door of strong interaction materials. The second level of strong interaction materials is the strong interaction force atomic structure material. The third level of strongly interacting material is the structure of neutron stars. A tight ocean formed entirely of neutrons, composed of quarks. The strong interaction material used by Qin Sheng now is the structure of a neutron star. It is also basically the peak of the maximum limit that the 4th-level civilization technology can reach at this stage. Whether there was a stronger interaction material, Qin Sheng did not know. It is estimated that only the 5th-level civilization knows. So, let's see if your technical synthesis function can bring me a little surprise. Qin Sheng looked at the panel in front of him and selected 2 copies of technology. Preliminary electromagnetic force digestion molecular reinforcement alloy technology. Amethyst nano-regenerative armor technology. Combine these two technologies and experiment to see what new technologies can emerge. Technology convergence. Do you want to invest 1 billion technical values? Yes, put it to work. Technology convergence. Episode 99. The evil god sphere of abuse is not as destructive as the Great Qin Empire. Integration succeeds. Congratulations on getting the new technology. New technologies have been initially increased. Molecular structure regeneration technology with strong interaction force. Molecular structure regeneration technology with strong interaction force, level 4 high. This technology gives highly interactive material structures self-regeneration. Qin Sheng bowed his head slightly. It's a good technique. Looking at the synthesis column in front of him, Qin Sheng mobilized a 4th-level peak civilization technology. It is the 3rd-level strong interaction force structure technology used by Qin Sheng's Emperor Battlestar and Neutron Battlestar. Are you investing in Neutron Battlestar strong interaction material technology? Are you investing in molecular structure regeneration technology with strong interaction forces? Whether to invest in technology value, 1 trillion. Qin Sheng nodded. This time he actually wanted so many technical values. Just put into the test, it's only 1 billion. It should be able to synthesize good things. Thinking of this, Qin Sheng began to synthesize. The technical value has been deducted. Convergence is starting. Integration succeeds. Congratulations on the acquisition of the new technology. Neutron regeneration strong mutual force technology. Grade 5 elementary. The motion of each neutron is determined by the strong interaction force extended by the quarks inside the neutron. The technology also has a neutron self-regeneration function and is not afraid of enemy attacks on elementary particle structures. After the damage occurs, the neutron structure is missing. And as long as energy is invested, the internal neutron structure can be self-replicated. Recover as before. Good technology. Qin Sheng was satisfied. The technology of the 5th-level elementary civilization. He still has a lot of technical value, and he can continue to synthesize. At this time, Qin Sheng set his sights on another technology in his own science and technology tree. Canopy Space Warp Force Field Shield Technology. The Celestial Shield is a 4th-level peak technology, and neutron regeneration is a 5th-level primary technology. If you combine the two, what new technologies will be combined? Just do it. Qin Sheng immediately threw both technologies into the synthesis column. Do you invest in the technical value? 10 trillion? Qin Sheng's eyes widened slightly. How much technical value is needed? That's half of his current technical value. However, these investments are worth it. Invest technical values and synthesize technologies. 10 trillion yuan of technical value is directly deducted. Soon, Qin Sheng listened to the prompt. Technical synthesis succeeded. The Celestial Space Warp Force Field Shield technology and Neutron Regenerative Strong Mutual Force technology have been fused with their own characteristics. Congratulations on getting the new technology. New technologies have already shown initial growth. Strong Mutual Force Stable Amplification Field and Quark Structure Recycled Material Technology. Grade 5 elementary. This technical principle is different from the strong interaction material of the 4th-level civilization. The strong interaction material of the 4th-level civilization is usually an imitation of the neutron star. However, this technique directly sets a strong interaction force stabilizing the force field generator inside the quark of the substance from a microscopic perspective. Enhance the natural strong interaction between quarks and quarks so that they cover the entire particle structure. Eliminating its electromagnetic force, completely nailing it together, can transform ordinary matter into a material substance with strong interaction forces. And the internal quark also has a microscopic regenerative structure. It can greatly withstand the enemy's direct attack on the internal quark structure using microscopic weapons. Because of the different methods adopted by the 4th-level civilization, the strong interaction material produced by this technology is not only stronger, but also its own density and quality will not change. The 5th-level elementary civilization technology has been synthesized again. Qin Sheng rejoiced in his heart. This is a higher level of strong interaction material technology. It's an absolute good thing. A 3rd-level strong interaction material item, created by other powerful 4th-level civilizations in the galaxy, including the Emperor Battlestar used by Qin Sheng now, the shell of the Neutron Battlestar. Essentially, it's all imitations of neutron stars. Because the structure of neutron stars is different from that of ordinary ones, neutrons composed entirely of quarks are tightly bound together. There are no other particles such as protons. Therefore, the strong interaction materials, density, and quality of the 4th-level civilization are all incomparably terrifying. And because it is made entirely of neutrons, it is time-consuming and labor-intensive, and it is extra expensive. Also because the density mass is comparable to that of a neutron star. Usually, only the thrust generated by the massive tandem engines and reactors within the planetary battlestar can withstand its weight. This is also why the 4th level civilization will only add a layer of strong interaction materials to the shell of the star-rated battlestar. Conventional battleship structures cannot withstand their enormous mass. Only preliminary electromagnetic digestion molecular reinforcement alloy materials can be used as armor for battleships. But now, Qin Sheng has this strong mutual force stable release field and quark structure regenerative material technology. He can have a stronger, lighter, strong interaction material. For example, a piece of ordinary steel with a mass of 10 kilograms. After this technological transformation, this piece of steel will not have any volume loss, and it can be converted into a strong interaction force steel. Moreover, the density and quality will not change in any way. It used to be 10 kilograms, but after being transformed into a strong interaction material, it still weighs 10 kilograms. And this also means that Qin Sheng can completely miniaturize the material with strong interaction force. It's not just battlestar. Ordinary battleships, tactical humanoid maiden single soldier assault armor. All can be exchanged for strongly interacting materials. As soon as Qin Sheng obtained this technology, he gave it to Envilia and let her calculate it using the new technology. How many benefits can be brought? Soon, Envilia replied to Qin Sheng, Your Majesty the Emperor, after calculations, if the strong interaction material outside the Emperor Battlestar and Neutron Battlestar is the material after the armor shell is completely using the new technology, then the total energy consumption can be reduced to 5,000ths of the original. It saves more energy. After receiving the answer, Qin Sheng took a deep breath. Good location and nice staff, but I still couldn't help shouting. The application of this new technology was of great help to Qin Sheng. The reduction of energy consumption is only an additional benefit, and Qin Sheng's real interest is still the miniaturization of strong interaction materials. Can be used for normal battleships and individual armor. Microscopic cosmic particle 3-dimensional printers can only manufacture things below the 5th level civilization, excluding the 5th level civilization. And this new technology is a 5-level elementary. The microscopic cosmic particle 3-dimensional printer had no way to make a related machine, so Qin Sheng could only continue to use the technical value. A large number of technical values are required. Do you consume a trillion technical values and apply a material converter with strong interaction force? Previously, the synthesis of new technologies required the consumption of 10 trillion technical values. The reason why it is so expensive is because the difficulty is quite large, which is basically equivalent to making something out of nothing. Now, relying on ready-made technology for concrete applications, the technical value required is much less. However, it is still expensive. A strong interaction material conversion machine requires a trillion technical values. Qin Sheng still had 97,675 billion technical values. It can be applied to 9 units. Pondering slightly, do you want to leave 1 trillion and only have 8 applications? But it was quickly rejected by himself. Leaving so many technical values is useless. The technical value of this thing, as long as you are willing to go out to fight, under the addition of 1,000 times the increase, how much is it? And now the new technology is obviously something that can quickly grow combat effectiveness. It has to be applied quickly. These are all fighting forces. 9 trillion yuan of technical value deduction. Inside Qin Sheng's Emperor Battlestar, the relevant material factory immediately added a production line composed of 9 strong interaction material converters, capable of producing new high-strength materials, quickly and continuously. Now, Qin Sheng's technical value was only 767.5 billion. But Qin Sheng was very happy. The technical value is worth it. Neil. Qin Sheng directly contacted the leader of the engineering humanoid maiden, Neil. His Majesty the Emperor. Neil was still that weak look. Battlestar has added a new production line of strong mutual force materials. You're in charge, and you're going to estimate the approximate production capacity and report to me, Qin Sheng said directly. All right, Your Majesty. Neil nodded his chin slightly. The communication then hangs up. Soon, Neil wanted Qin Sheng to reply. His Majesty the Emperor, at the current rate of production, can produce about 90 tons of strongly interacting materials per day. 90 tons a day, that is, a conversion machine can only convert tons a day. Envoy, it was okay too. Qin Sheng bowed his head slightly. Nothing to be dissatisfied with. After all, in the universe, time is only a concept of nothingness. Qin Sheng's current spiritual energy level had naturally increased to the 9th level. Not to mention how much his strength had increased, at least in terms of life expectancy, Qin Sheng could at least live to 5,000 years old. However, compared to technology, spiritual energy is still not very good. In the future, biological genetic engineering technology must be upgraded. When it comes to biological genetic engineering technology, Qin Sheng has some headaches. If you think about it, the Great Qin Empire is now proficient in basically all the technical libraries such as war, slaughter, and star extermination. Mad, if this continues, my emperor will become the second most feared person in the galaxy. Qin Sheng complained slightly. Even if you are a sadistic believer, the most you can do is slaughter a planet and then summon the Chaos Demon. The act of summoning Chaos Demons basically attracts bounty hunters who judge the Holy See. Thanks to the efforts of the bounty hunters, no matter what happened to the planet, at least the galaxy was saved. And now the Great Qin Empire has destroyed 2 planetary systems inhabited by famous and surnamed people. This is not counting the several planetary systems that Qin Sheng directly decomposed into elementary particles as raw materials in order to build the Emperor Battlestar. Moreover, the influence of evil gods and masochism is not great in the galaxy. In this way, the evil god's fear of abuse is really not as destructive as the Great Qin Empire in the galaxy. Episode 100. Suspected of being a strange movement of the 6th level civilization creation. 3 months flew by. At this time, the Galactic Civilization Combined Fleet finally made progress. After extensive investigation, they expanded the scope to all planetary systems within 500 light-years. Finally, the clues were dug up by them. Mr. Secretary General, there's progress. North Galaxy Weiyang Company. The group finance launched a reporting newsletter to Chi Barium finally heard the news that made him breathe a sigh of relief. Found traces of the Great Qin Empire's transition? Chi asked hurriedly. Yes, Mr. Secretary General. The group's financial clothes are well-dressed, and a bird's head is lightly lit. After receiving an affirmative answer, Chi almost wanted to spew a mist in the air to show his inner pleasure and relief. Report it all to me, quick. Chi hurriedly urged. Mr. Secretary General, don't be in such a hurry. We, the creatures of higher civilizations, must maintain good demeanor at all times. The group finance was not hurried. Chi Barium could obviously see that the virtual imaging of the group finance in front of him had slightly sorted out his clothes and cleared his throat. Then, with a wave of his hand, a projection of a form like a company's financial report appeared next to him. Look, Mr. Secretary General, we used this to check the 5,700 planetary systems in the lower northward region. Finally, in one of these planetary systems, traces of the Great Qin Empire's transition that were similar to those presented when the Athos Empire submitted the proposal before. Based on the signs of atomic half-decay detected around us, we learned that this trace of the transition was trace of the Great Qin Empire's transition from this star 6 years ago. As long as we follow these traces and investigate, we will certainly be able to discover the movements of the Great Qin Empire. Good location and nice staff. Chi Barium was excited. Gather all the combined fleets of civilizations and set off at once. This time we gather all our strength and follow this clue. Be sure to find the Great Qin Empire. I must destroy such an evil being as the Great Qin Empire. Otherwise, the galaxy is uneasy, and I am very upset. At the call of Chi Barium, all the fleets of civilizations that had scattered out to investigate the area in different directions were all summoned back. 60 planetary battle stars, a total of more than 361,000 fourth-class civilization warships, set out in a mighty, incomparably huge fleet. Follow the traces of the migration of the Great Qin Empire 6 years ago. Such a terrifying number of fleets, densely packed in space, wherever they passed, even the surrounding spacetime would be distorted by the gravitational pull emitted by 60 planetary battle stars. Under this natural distortion of spacetime, the light of the stars in the distant space will be distorted by it. Change direction. Any intentional civilization that uses gravitational lensing to observe into space can find traces of the passage of this incomparably large fleet. The premise, of course, is that the light that the star illuminates, distorted by its distorted spacetime, propagates to a civilization capable of making observations. Qin Sheng's side could not find these traces, because there is a distance of more than 6,000 light-years. More than 6,000 years later, the space region distorted by its fleet produced a distortion of spacetime, and after the distorted light propagated over, this huge trace could only be observed in the Cypress galaxy through gravitational lensing technology. And after more than 6,000 years, who would know how far Qin Sheng had developed? Territory of the Athos Empire. The coordinate point of the former Macadam galaxy, 17 light-years away, in the fiefdom of a certain Athos nobleman. The stars in the planetary system rotate in an orbit that has not changed for billions of years, while rotating themselves in space. The stellar transition passage of the local nobles is monitored in the space station. Several soldiers on duty stayed together, bored. Brothers, have you heard? At this time, a soldier wearing power armor and carrying a laser pulse rifle on his back walked over. What? The guard post monitors the soldiers on duty, looking up. I heard that His Majesty the Emperor of our empire is dead. The soldier who came over said mysteriously. The fleet of the Great Qin Empire directly invaded the hub galaxy, and the new Aethys star exploded completely. What are you? I heard that the entire hub galaxy is gone. Another soldier on duty waved his hand disdainfully and said, No, how did I hear that all the stars in a light-year range near the entire Quanilon galaxy were destroyed? Soldiers on the surveillance screen next to them came over. You're stupid. Our galaxy is also within this range of 1,000 light-years. Are we dead? Nothing. It seems like, since the last attack of the Great Qin Empire, these soldiers on duty had been strictly restricted. You can't be lazy, even if you are on duty, you have to have several people together, so they can only make small talk to each other to get through this boring time. From their words, it can be heard that these grassroots soldiers under the aristocratic rule of the Aethys Empire are not dead to the Emperor, didn't care at all. Even the destruction of the hub galaxy is just their talking point. It is simply unimaginable in other fourth-level civilizations. After all, the hub galaxy is the capital galaxy of the Athos Empire. As a result, they were talked about by their own soldiers as a small talk. Just then, the sudden jump to the monitoring station sounded a piercing alarm. There is a fleet that will jump over without passing through the look. Suddenly, the soldiers all tensed up. Immediately report it to the Galactic Guardian Fleet. The Guardian Fleet of the local galaxy is not far from the star, and it is speeding up. The efficiency is very high compared to before, just as the local guard fleet was waiting. Outside the star, the transition channel opens. A planetary battle star wrapped in a space warp force field that shields its own gravity flies out. The brilliant Milky Way reflects an absolutely smooth mirror on the surface of the battle star to create a stunning landscape. Star Battlestar? There seems to be more than one. Just as all the Aethys soldiers were stunned, one after another of the basically identical planetary battle stars flew out of the transition passage one by one. The fleets under the command of these local Athos nobles were paid no attention to. Flew straight in a certain direction, seems to be tracking something down, and the Athos soldiers were also counting in shock, those battle stars that were not much different from the size of a planet. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 60 star battle stars? Oh my goodness! Which civilization's fleet is this? Do we have such a strong civilization in the galaxy? The whole galaxy was shaken, but that's not all. A huge fleet of terrors, more than 3.61 million ships, gradually flew out of the transition passage, wave after wave, piece after piece. It seems to be endless. In the middle of the universe, a mountain range of warships has been formed. Don't panic, we are the combined fleet of the Galactic Civilizations Community of Destiny Council. This time, it was to trace the traces of the Great Qin Empire and come to this galaxy. Please don't panic, we won't interfere with your normal work. We just tracked it down from here. Chi-Chi Barium issued a notice to this galaxy that he had previously issued to other galaxies without knowing how many words. Tracking down the Great Qin Empire? Did I hear you correctly? The local Addis nobleman was slightly stunned and asked the person next to him. Your Honor, you heard it right, it is. Next to humanity. Ha 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 ha. The Great Qin Empire also has today. The nobleman burst out laughing. Such a large fleet is tracking down the Great Qin Empire. Why worry about Great Qin not perishing? The combined fleet of galactic civilizations headed toward the coordinates of the already destroyed Macadam galaxy. This planetary system has been destroyed and turned into a void of space coordinates here. They probed the results. Mr. Secretary General, I found out that there is a curvature trajectory in space. Preliminary detection shows that the speed of that fleet should be between 300 and 400 times. Very well, keep probing forward. The combined fleet spread all the way forward, constantly probing. They even found the location where Qin Sheng was when he built the neutron battle star. So it seems that it is only a matter of time before the combined fleet wants to find the Baihua galaxy, but at this moment, Qin Sheng had already left the Baiju galaxy. Because something went wrong. The object that Qin Sheng had taken away in the hub galaxy before, which was suspected of being a product of the 6th level civilization, suddenly had a movement.